Today's adventure begins in Downey, California. Taco Bell. An establishment that honestly needs no introduction with over 7,000 stores. You have no doubt either eaten at one or passed many in your time frame. On this very block, the very first one opened back in 1962. In fact, just across the street from this current modern day version, where all that construction is now taking place. Progress is everywhere. Sometimes you just gotta step out of its way and let it do its thing. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Just a few feet from where I'm standing is where that building, deemed and named Numero Uno by the company, sat from 1962 until late 2015. In fact, Taco Bell promoted a campaign to save its very first structure. And it was moved nearly 35 miles south of right here. I'm going to show that spot in case you were wondering what happened to it after all the hoopla, the hype, and the saving of Numero, and you know. I'm inviting you to join me. Got tongue-tied. Shall you? It has been 4 years to the month. November of 15, it was uprooted from here. You almost would never know it existed. Now just a fence line and some vehicles parked behind it. From this angle you can tell they have even repaved part of the concrete where it used to be. Thankfully not bulldozed, just moved. Taken on a flatbed and under the shroud of nightfall, transported on its commute to their headquarters. I ended up arriving to Irvine on that faithful day just to witness history, but after all this time I've gotten a little curious if it is now on display for all to see. That relic and piece of history that was once right here. The difficult part about this is to curb my cravings. I'm already starting to desire a taco. Can you blame me? That first address, 7112 Firestone Boulevard. That's a nice little sunburst for effect. I guess the old saying is true. Out with the old, in with the new. What is the percentage of passing vehicles that have any idea of the history to their right? It's tough to tell sometimes because it just is an air freshener. But I think Big the Foot might be a little excited to be following in fast food footsteps. After about an hour or so, Southern California traffic, I have arrived at 1 Glen Bell Way, the headquarters, a road named after its founder. And if all goes well, the subject matter will be somewhere planted on this premises. Before stepping onto the property itself, staying on the public sidewalks, from this bird's eye perspective, looking downward, and I do believe in the far right corner is the item in question, tucked away, right over near the freeway. Looks to be covered now in shrink wrap, very hidden next to these trees and foliage. 4 years. Just sitting here. Not for all to see. Only those with a keen eye. Almost as if it's taking up a parking spot, the employee parking area. This little memento. About 3 or 4 spots combined. Not too big. Back in the early 60s, they did not have drive-thrus. You just walked up to the window and ordered. Once again, most likely, unbeknownst to travelers. Zooming in through the chain link. They might not realize that is back there. Its transport beams seem to still be placed under the belly of it, the back corner. Painted the number 33. Steel beams. There are a handful of these style original Taco Bells around. Most have been converted into other restaurants and establishments. But make no doubt about it, this is the first. The far right would be the front and entry point, and that now iconic overhang. We are looking from the back end, the rear. Well, the side of the rear. Roof line, those shingles. Decades old. If those things could talk, tell some stories. Some of the original customers that would consume some food from this establishment. No confirmation if this was mounted on the front of the structure or not. I did ask. No clear-cut answer.
And look at this little guy. How cute. Although he's behind this glass for his protection, cannot be touched. I was allowed to get a quick little video and photo of him. Now this facility is not open to the general public. You cannot wander in. There is no room set up for artifacts or a museum for those off the street. However, probably the best relic can be seen from above, from the sidewalk view, covered in shrink wrap. A distant relative of what this company has become, the magnitude, the size, the sheer amount of locations. Who would have known back in the early 60s? Maybe Mr. Bell did. Here's a photo before it was moved, lifted up onto the beams over in Downey, and then cruising down the road at a very slow pace in the middle of the evening. An overnight accomplishment. Oversized load coming through. That's what's underneath all that shrink wrap. Pretty cool. And also for posterity, there's me in front of it, November 2015, before it was parked around the back corner. That's in front of the headquarters. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future uploads here on this channel. Take it a step further. Ring that notification bell. If you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. Trying to feast not only on the tasty delicacies of this taco, but also the conundrum and decision making in future. My thought process on if we will ever see the light of day on the original first Taco Bell. Numero uno. Or is it wrapped up forever? Time will tell. See you in the next video. The vlog.